Hey everybody, Saturday afternoon. Today in the next couple of reviews I'm going to be doing this is a store brand beer that just appeared in our stores last month. Baraboo Beers, it says, are a proprietary brand of the Hy-Vee chain of Midwestern supermarkets. The beers are contract brewed by Stevens Point Brewery in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. On the bottle it says it's brewed by the Baraboo Brewing Company, which does not exist. This is a Stevens Point brewery. They do the Point beers and the Stevens Point beers. So Baraboo Brewing, at least in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, is a made-up name. But anyway, there's no ABV on this beer at all. There's a little bit on the actual Hy-Vee grocery store website. It's about the beers. It says there's 3 beers. There's this one, and a lager, and a wheat beer. Apparently they're planning on making a Marzen and a black IPA, but those haven't come out yet. About this one, on their website it says, whether you've been sawing logs in a forest or a hammock, our Lumberjack IPA will wake you up with its bold hop aroma. The crisp and citrusy trio of Magnum, Perle and Cascade hops have been dry hopped to create a taste so complex and delicious you're sure to fill another bottle. Like I said, question mark, percent, ABV, just got a plain B on the cap. I have had this one before. In fact, I did a review on this, but the second part didn't take where I actually rated it. So let's get this in a glass and we'll do this review over. Like I said, I do have an initial impression. They finally got all 3. They were only, it's only $6.99 a 6-pack, so it's not all that bad. We got a nice clear copper color here. Just a minimal, slightly off-white head, really thin head there. Very minimal amount of carbonation streaming up. This is not highly carbonated at all. So let me get a nose on this and see what we have. Okay, I'm getting the hops, get a little bit of citrus. Maybe a little initial of fruit, tropical fruit maybe, ripe melon sweetness, little floral notes, maybe just a hint of pine, but the citrus are mostly orange on this one, a little bit of caramel malt, and then just very slight hints of those other aromas. As you can see now, the head's almost totally disappeared. It's just a slight ring around it. We get a taste on it. Okay, you're getting the hops right in the front. Minimal maltiness from the grains and everything, but it's mostly an orange flavor, maybe just a little bready biscuit, little maltiness, but not a ton. But it doesn't need them a lot because the hops aren't really pronounced. They're there and they're in the forefront, but they're really not pronounced. It's got a slightly tangy finish, maybe some herbal, piney hops there on the finish. Slightly tangy. It's a bit on the creamy side. Like I said, almost zero carbonation, so it's what was there is almost disappeared. What little was there is almost disappeared already. But nice mouthfeel, nice and creamy. That light dryness on the finish, slight bitterness. It doesn't linger a lot. It's not washed away because there's no carbonation to get rid of it. So let me sit, let this warm up a bit, and I'll come back after a while with the final thoughts and grade. Okay, I'm back. It hadn't been real long. This is okay. This is a pretty middle of the road IPA. It is what it is. It's a store brand. For a store brand, it's not too bad. It's nothing going to blow your socks off. It'd be a good I mean, you could pick up six of this. I mean, for $6.99 a 6-pack, it's not too bad. You could pick up a 6-pack of this and bring it to a party and not be, you know, totally embarrassed. But you know, it's nothing that's gonna impress your beer loving friends, that's for sure. But for a good starter intro IPA, it's not too bad. I wish I could knew the. I know that the IBUs can't be too high. I'd say maybe in the 30, 40 range at the most. The ABV, I'm guessing probably about 5, maybe 5.5%. I went in the store today, the local grocery store today, to ask him and if he knew, and he said no. He said, you're not the first one. He said, what you really need to do is email corporate and maybe they'll get back with you. And I said, to heck with that. If they can't put it on the bottle, or at least can't put it on their website, screw them, you know. But it's definitely not a high ABV beer, so it's your run-of-the-mill, run-of-your-mill Midwestern IPA. A little bit malty, a lot of orange that you seem to get in a lot of that. Not a lot of lemon or pine or any of that stuff. Definitely not a lot of bitterness. Just a good average, I guess, run-of-the-mill IPA, and maybe I'll say slightly above average. I'm going to give it a score of the Baraboo Lumberjack IPA. I'm going to give it, I'll be generous. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Decent beer, drinkable beer. You know, if you got a bad budget and you want an IPA, might not be bad. It's no single wide or double wide from Boulevard or anything like that. It's no Optimum, or definitely no Optimum or anything like that, but darn good, decent IPA. Not darn good, but decent IPA. So 6 out of 10 for the Baraboo Lumberjack IPA, the proprietary store brand from local grocery stores here. Till next time, everybody, cheers. Keep drinking good beer. One thing I just noticed, it's a twist off.